I would like to thank one of my subscribers, Sharon, for this story. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a ritual that's being done around the globe. It's called Unbaptism. These are people that were once into Christianity, but they decided to break free from it. So the religious trauma is so deep, former Christian shows unbaptism ritual on TikTok. There has been a sharp decline in religiousness in the United States over several generations, with fewer and fewer people attending regular church services. In fact, studies indicate that 2021, the year we were still locked down, marked the first year ever that American church membership dropped below majority numbers. The most dominant religion in the world is Christianity, with a whopping 2.38 billion followers globally. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. While it's reported that there are over 45,000 different Christian denominations globally, the religion appears to be dominant by two sects, and that is Catholics, which hold 50.1%, and Protestants, 36.7%. While each sect has its own belief system, and then there are subdivisions and subsects. These are apart from the belief systems, and many of the rites, traditions, and practices across these sects uh, are similar. So, the common but not universal practice among many Christian denominations are baptisms. According to Christianity.com, if the meaning of baptism could be summarized to one word, that would be identification. Baptism speaks primarily of personal public identification with Jesus Christ. The ceremony can be interpreted as a public declaration of one's faith, and that there are some who argue that depending on which sect of Christianity you subscribe to. So you cannot be considered an official member of a congregation without a baptism. All right, so I'm going to show you this ritual from a TikTok video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have the volume up because there is mainstream music on it. So the volume is going to be turned completely down, but you'll still be able to see how she does this unbaptism ritual. Okay, so you saw that video. So why are they doing this? They are saying they're doing this ritual because they want to undo their baptism ceremonies. And some people have uploaded this online. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see in the video she was preparing a bathtub, and she was sipping on what looks like a glass of wine. And you just saw her throwing flowers and other things in the water. And they said, you recite the Lord's Prayer backwards, and you have to chant it 23 times. I declare all ties to the Christian God and the church to be broken and banished. There were some users who thought the idea of unbaptize yourself is a brilliant move. I never thought to unbaptize myself. This is genius, one viewer said. One person is helping people break free from their faith chains. This is simply inspiring, another wrote. I was abused, traumatized, and used, and then baptized into the Amish church. Wow. I ran so far and so fast from all of that. I am going to unbaptize myself. This is such an absolute amazing idea. This is another um, person wrote. I hope you don't mind if I am going to do one of these tomorrow myself. Another claimed. Others referred to how much they identify with this TikToker. Another wrote, I went to Catholic school for 10 years. It broke me. My experience taught my mom a lot too. And they talk about their religious trauma. So, ladies and gentlemen, we knew a lot of people were, just leaving Christianity because it is just not what it used to be. Before, I mean, back in the day, especially when I grew up in the hood, on Sunday, you would see all kinds of families dressed up and leaving for church. I haven't seen that in so many years now. It's not even funny. I mean, there's still a few people where I live, they still go to church, but it's nothing like it was before. You would see probably most of the street that I lived on, people went to church. The majority of the people on the street went to church. And I think that was probably the most amount of people I've seen all around me. We would see all kinds of families, even in streets behind us or on both sides, but you always saw people in the hood dressed up and going to church back then. But now you really don't see that like you used to, and maybe it depends on where you live. But I know around me, I probably can count on my one hand the people on this street that are getting up and going to church now. It is nothing like it was before. And you definitely can tell there are big declines. I was even talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and she and her family back then, were big churchgoers. And the last time I spoke to her, she said, I haven't gone in years. I think the church has lost a lot of faith, and there's a lot of corruption. And you saw the Southern Christian Baptist Church and all of the people that are coming forward to say they've been molested, and these pastors are being called out for raping people in their congregation. It's no different than the Catholic Church. You know why? Because they're all the same. That's why. That's why you're seeing similar things from Christian churches and the Catholic Church. They just go around doing all kinds of demonistic things and doing things to children, doing things to women. And I mean, even a lot of the men are being psychologically abused up in these churches. And it is just so not worth being there. And Christianity is not the way anyway. There's no power in that religion. And people are seeing this now. and they're doing everything they can to break away. And quite frankly, if a lot of people left in 2021, probably during the lockdown, they seized the opportunity to make their full break from the church because they said they lost a lot of membership in 2021. But isn't that the goal of the Most High? It most certainly is. A lot of them are leaving, and these pastors, there's not a thing they can do about it. The time of the church is over, and you're going to see it dwindling down even more than you see it now. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. It is interesting. I sure wouldn't be doing no rituals like that, but I'm not in the Christian church. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.